I'm listening to Horror Twisted Sister. I was listening to the greatest hits for the first time in my life, completely relaxed. When I was listening to Twisted Sister, it was to get rid of some energy and getting back some other energy. Today I was with the vibrator of my neck. I was having a trance. I want to go back there. Once you are fully relaxed and with all the vibrations, changing completely the sound that I was listening from Twisted Sister. Usually I'm using hemisync music or DMT or when anything that makes some special effects. But when I'm listening to music that I was highly connected in the 80s as a child, as I am now connected exactly the same way, this is impossible to train it or to fake it. You can only feel it. The harder you try, the more far you are from that. So I don't know why I was connected with all the songs. We're not gonna take it, Stay Hungry, Don't Let Me Down. No sé, I don't know if I was speaking in English or in Spanish. The thing is that Horoteria, the first time I listened to it, probably I was 15 years old. But now I have no fucking idea. Now I'm getting completely lost. Now I don't know if I am inventing the story. Because at that time, I didn't watch Beetlejuice. But the theatrical way of singing of Dee Snider, Twisted Sister is the only band, I don't know if it is the only band, but one of the bands that I cried when I saw them live because I was an adult, being this child. Because when I watched Wasp with Iron Maiden, I was 3 meters from them. And they were as favorite as Twisted Sister or Motley Crue. But I only saw Wasp as a teenager, then Tesla, things like that. But the main three, like Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, and many other three, it doesn't matter, but Wasp. Yeah, I have this triangle. It was like a triangle when Poison came. Opening, making another triangle with Cinderella. and previously Def Leppard. It doesn't matter. White Snake. Van Halen. I've never seen Van Halen, but I've seen David Lee Roth. And for me, it's more Van Halen, David Lee Roth than Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. And I'm not saying that it's worse, it's much better. It's much better in most of the ways and most commercial as well. But the rebel attitude that you could receive from David Lee Roth, I was a child, I was only 9, 10, but they didn't exist in Spain. Only few people knew them at that year, 79, 80, and all of them older than me. Older. So for me, when I was listening to David Lee Roth, I was 14, 13, 14, 15, something like that. They split when I was 14. But I listened to all the albums, all Van Halen albums until David Lee Roth. And then a couple more with Van Halen, with Sammy Hagar. But that connection was gone. It's not worse, it's not better, nothing. There's no problem. The thing is that you connect is like having a girlfriend. Then some things are completely different, and then you move to the next step. And just because there is no sex, it doesn't mean that they are not your friends anymore. And the rest of the thing about I was never thinking about personal internal growth. I see it now, 40 years later. That there is a moment that I realize that I'm not gonna be all my life in that connection. And it's not with girlfriend, it's with everything, with a job, with all connections. I thought I was gonna be listening to Twisted Sister, the same song of Horror-Teria, but it's not happening. It's going next. Now SMF, you're sick motherfucker. The thing is that being 55, I'm feeling even more connected to Twisted Sister as in the most magical teenager years, because I am there, but with more knowledge about the lyrics, about life, about many of the lives that at that moment I was just receiving like a virgin thing, water, taking a shower with Twisted Sister, and we're not gonna take it anymore. And I have so many confusion things about this neither, because he was like a philosopher for me, fighting back the PMRC and being an intellectual guy, being the fucking bitch, prostitute, Twisted Sister. Don't giving a shit, being tough and being clever and being special, like Alice Cooper. Is Alice Cooper's son. But when they start talking about, yeah, they are fighting the Democrats, not the Democrats, the PMRC is Tippy Gore, Tippy Gore. Democrats being the Spanish Inquisition. Wasp was telling me in 87 with Iron Maiden, I don't know, inside the Electric Circus, he was talking about the PMRC, because we are sexual perverts. And at that time, I don't know if this Snyder was already like in the court. It was not a court, I don't know the name of, it's not in the parliament either, something in between. It was not with a judge, it was with a senator or something like that. He was with a piece of paper reading what same thing happened with Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne, but that was in the court for suicidal things. And they were trying to make them be guilty for someone else deciding to commit suicide. When the no-duality is telling you to commit suicide and don't ever commit suicide. But just because somebody commits suicide. I'm telling you this and the other, and not the opposite, just the others. The Garland effect. That's the Spanish Inquisition. There's no more witches. There's a stupid thing. There's no witches, but it's accepted that in the Christian world there are people, fortune tellers, zodiac readers, and this and that, and all these things are legal. When they are not even witches, they are just perfect scammers. We are in the medieval years where the Spanish Inquisition is trying to control your thoughts all the time. Not controlling it, putting you things, not the opposite. Trying to avoid you getting certain things. It's always like that. Since Eden. And in some places it's good to drink. In some places it's forbidden to drink. You can smoke tobacco, but you cannot smoke marijuana. It's another plant. You can drink tea and coffee, but you cannot drink ayahuasca. You can eat all kinds of mushrooms except some kind of mushrooms. So there are people who only eat the dead food, the food that doesn't teach you. And there are people who eat and drinks and smoke the plants that teach them. We are sharing the same planet, and they are living out of Eden, and the other people are living in Eden. So now they have to forbid more and more things because there are still people living in their own Eden, and they have to destroy that. So the music is not there anymore. All this magic of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, it was there now. It was there, and the opposite, of course. It was the ones that didn't realize about anything. And they are talking just about broken heart, which is in a deep, higher level way. But David Bowie, Motorhead, why? Iggy Pop. The Pixies, Where Is My Mind? Yeah, the Spanish Inquisition, the PMRC. Now, we haven't heard of the Spanish Inquisition now, right? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like the PMRC, right? Now we are so free with social networks, we can say everything we want. Or not. Are they gonna censor my videos? If they do, the whole message will be missed. Because everything is with names of the files and everything in there. I don't have it anymore. The thing is that I don't care. Because now everything is in the cloud. But what I am putting in the cloud is all my life. For me, I'm living my life for 55 years. in so many different dimensions as the physical thing and in my laboratory, and never in a hurry. So if you grow like in a spiral like this, the faster you go, the less that you are aware, because you are not present in yourself and you are always thinking about what to do next. I was having a conversation with AI today about this, and I think I'm making a very long video.